That was a really nice vape. What's up, guys? It's Super Cobra Vapor here, and I got a little update on the Twisted Messes RD8. I am no longer running the dual tiger coils in here. I went ahead and put these bad boys in here. Now, they claim that these are fused Claptons, but they don't look like fused Claptons to me. But, I'll get to that in another video. Alright, so, I'm going to talk about wattage, resistance, and voltage. And why am I talking about that? Because I've been seeing a lot of wave in the vaping community where these guys, we're just getting into vaping. They are wanting more wattages, and I'm thinking to myself, slow down, Skipper. There's a lot of things you have to know before you can get into wattages. Or higher wattages. Okay, first off, yes, you can vape at higher wattages sub-ohming. There's no doubt about that. But you have to look at what type of e-juice you're using. Are you using an e-juice that has, say, 12 milligrams of nicotine? If so, don't vape at higher wattages. Even though I did. But that was my stupidity. I didn't really learn anything from it. But don't vape at higher wattages with a high nicotine e-juice. The reason I say this is because when you get into sub-ohming hits harder with higher milligrams of nicotine. And with that being said, when it hits harder, it hits harsher, it makes you cough out of your ass. Like literally out of your ass. And it hurts. It hurts when you vape at high wattages, sub-ohming, with 12 milligrams of nicotine. That's one of the things I've learned. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm backing my wattage down just a little bit. So yeah. That's one thing you do not do is vape at high wattages with a lot of nicotine. Because the thing that a lot of people don't understand is when e-juice is heated up, it releases more nicotine. As it gets hotter and hotter, it releases more nicotine. More nicotine could lead to you having a nicotine overdose. That's no good. Why would you put yourself through that? I've had nicotine overdoses from dipping. I've had it from vaping. It's not fun. It's not a fun experience. Especially when you're fucking thrown up. It's horrible. Alright, so, another thing why you should slow down before you try and get into higher wattage vaping. Learn about your batteries. Learn how these things work. Learn what your batteries can handle. Like, literally, become one with your batteries. Know the ins and outs to them. Know how different resistance affects them. Know how much amps you can actually draw from them on a continuous basis. Because your pulse rating, at this point, doesn't mean shit. If you're going to do, let's say, a 5-second pull with, and your batteries or your build is pulling about 20 amps from your batteries. Well, you gotta have a high drain, high amp battery. So, you have to have pretty much a performance battery. And that's what they consider Samsungs, that's what they consider VCT4s, VCT4s? Is it VCT or is it VTC? I want to say it's VTC4s and VTC5s. But yeah, you're going to want a battery that has a high amp draw. Like my Samsung 25Rs, Mooch rated them at, because Mooch is like the battery guy, and he rated them at 20 amps continuous discharge. So, just know your batteries, know what they're capable of, and if you need any help, just look up some of the stuff that Mooch has done as far as battery goes. He has like his recommended battery list, and the Samsung 25Rs are on that battery list. He recommends the Purple E-Fest. I gotta disagree with him on that one, because I've seen the Purple E-Fest literally start venting at 14 amps, even though they're rated for, I think he rated them at 25 amps, something like that. So yeah. But Mooch, he is the battery guru when it comes to vaping. So yeah, just look at his work and look at his recommended battery list and just do your research. Do heavy, and I mean heavy research on what your batteries can handle. Alright, so you're wanting to get into vaping, but you don't know what to get, and you see your friend, he's been vaping for about 5 years. We'll use 5 years as an example, and you see him, he has a MechMod, and you want one. Hold off on those. Those require a lot more skill than just picking it up and vaping it. The reason I say they require a lot more skills is because, one, there's no circuitry protection in it. Two, you got to know how to build, and you got to know how to build safely. Three, again, battery safety. This all comes back to battery safety, even with regulated mods, because them protections in there, although most of them are stable, some of them can fail. And I've seen that. I've actually experienced that. That SMY is not supposed to fire below 0.3 ohms. And guess what? It did. That is an unsafe mod. So just learn your stuff. And when it comes to resistance and regulated mods, you can have a 1.5 resistance or a 1.5 build, and you can vape between 15 and 35 watts. And that is really, in my opinion, for a beginner, that's all you need. Yeah, it looks cool to see some guy do something like this. That may look cool, but that takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of lung. You gotta build your lungs up for that. And you don't need a very low resistance to do something like this. You don't need low resistance to do anything like that. It's simple. That's a really simple trick to do. Now, there's more tricks that I know how to do. Some are a little bit harder than the others, but I'll give you an example of one of the harder ones, because sometimes you gotta time it just right. Okay, that one came out perfect, I gotta admit. But with something like that, you don't need really low ohms to do that. You can do it with a 0.8 resistance at, say, 45 to 50 watts, or even a 0.5 at 65 to 80 watts. That's all you need. I mean, that's pretty cool. I can't believe I just did that. I did 2 fucking tricks in one video without failing. I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that one. But yeah, to have a good vape, you ain't gotta do everything that we do. There's guys out there who get phenomenal flavor and phenomenal vapor in an RDA at on a 0.15 resistance. So yeah. So just like I said, just be safe, guys. You don't have to always... More wattages and everything is what I'm trying to say. Take my Baby Beast, for example. It's got a 0.4 resistance in it, and I can vape it between 35 to 65 watts. Easy. I vaped it at 35 watts, and it still puts out pretty good vapor production. Pretty dense vapor, pretty cool vapor. A flavorful vapor, or flavorful vape. It doesn't matter. You can... When you get into the higher ohms, the wattage starts to go down, but in turn, from what I've heard, your voltage actually goes up, so that's odd. Now, I'm at 90 watts, and I'm only at 4.65 volts, so when your resistance goes down, and I found this out the easy way, because I've had various resistant coils, and each atomizer, and they've all, like, as they got lower, the voltages got lower, but the amps actually went up. So, this is pulling 17.5 amps. But, yeah, so just, I mean, but at 120 watts, it's just ridiculous. To me, it's comfortable at times, but it gets really warm really quick. So, you don't need, like, all this wattage to produce good vapor. I mean, look, yeah, it's only at 90 watts. I can pull the baby beast down for you, but oh, maybe I might make a part 2 to this for tanks. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. This is your boy Super Cobra Vapor signing out.